The Desert by Sage of Time. God, it's so hot! I yell as the last drop of water falls from my canteen into my mouth. I have been hiking through the desert for who knows how long. I check my watch. It reads 5:30. I started my journey at 7 a.m., I said to myself. So that means I've been hiking for 10.5 hours? Has it really been that long? I pause for a moment to analyze my situation. My head pounds as though someone were beating a drum inside my brain. My legs feel like they're about to fall off. I'm as thirsty as... I don't even know what. I'm too dehydrated to think straight. Taking all this into consideration, it does seem reasonable for it to have been that long. The sun is going down, so I'll need to find some sort of shelter. Also, there's a sandstorm coming. I need to find protection from it. I pull out my Pokénav to see where I am, but it has no signal. Poor little Machop, all worn out and numb all the same way. I look around for something I could turn into a home for the night. Nothing. All that I see surrounding me is cacti. I don't think I can go much farther. I am about to fall over from sheer exhaustion. I need to find something that I can use to shelter myself. I look off into the distance and see a group of rocks. I walk over to see if I could form some sort of rock hut. There's a small opening between 3 of the rocks through which I could crawl into. I curl up into a ball inside the small alcove of the rocks. I eventually fall into a dreamless sleep. A little while later, a sudden sound jolts me awake. I poke my head out of the opening to see what had caused it. However, the sandstorm that now rages around me obscured my vision of anything past 5 feet. I assumed it was just a Pokemon that scurried away after making the noise. Yeah, that's what it was. I return to my ball position, but cannot fall asleep due to a strange uneasy feeling. No matter how exhausted I am, I can't go to sleep. I lay there for at least an hour. I decide that I just can't stay here and waste time. No matter how bad the storm is outside, if I can't find a way out of the desert, I will die of thirst. I need to take advantage of every second I have. I stick my head out of the opening, then proceed to crawl out, slowly. I use my vest to keep the sand out of my eyes. The storm seems to be letting up slightly. At least enough to see 10 feet ahead of me rather than 5. Not too far away, I see the deep navy silhouette of a small hut. Hello? I yell as loud as my dry throat will allow as I begin to walk faster towards the hut. Hello? Is anyone home? I try my hardest to reach it, but as soon as I get close, it disappears. Crap, if I had just been faster, I could have maybe made it before it disappeared. Wait, what am I saying? It was a mirage. I couldn't touch it even if I tried my hardest. The dehydration is really getting to me. I continue walking. My brain plays tricks on me more and more as I progress. One moment I will see a man a bit ahead of me and continue to follow him until he disappears. Or I think I see a legendary Pokemon and chase it before realizing it isn't real one. I catch up to it and my hand passes through it. I don't know how much farther I can go. Something's watching me. I just saw something peering out from behind a cactus. Maybe it's a Pokemon I can catch and eat. I run, or stumble quickly more like, to the cactus hoping to grab a Pokemon before it gets away. I've got you now, I shriek as I jump at the cactus. The only thing I caught was a handful of thorns that stuck into my flesh. I yelp in pain. I almost had it! I yell at myself while plucking out the thorns. I see a small Pokemon, a Plusle, run out from behind one cactus to another. There you are, I moan, stumbling to my feet. I chase it as fast as my legs will carry me, but the Plusle always seems to be just out of reach. Gotcha! I yell. Though just as before, it disappears as soon as I touch it. Where'd it go? No, my food got away. I have to search for it. I search on my hands and knees, digging in the sand to reveal where the little devil is hiding. No Pokemon is going to deprive me of my dinner, I said as I'm wrist deep in the sand. I eventually give up after realizing that I am wasting time on finding it. However, I am still hungry. Well, I always have Numel and Machop. No, what am I thinking? I can't eat my only 2 friends in this world. That's it. They were my only 2 friends. Why am I so determined to get out of this desert? I have no one to go home to. No one would miss me. No one in this world cares if I live or die. But I have to keep moving. I can change that if I can just get out of this desert. Wait, something else is here. Something else is watching me. Show yourself, I demand to whoever is out there. No answer. What is watching me? I pull my Pokédex out of my bag. I look through the long list of Pokemon to see what could be stalking me. Cacturn, the cactus Pokemon. If a traveler is going through the desert in the thick of night, Cacturn will follow in a ragtag group. The Pokemon are biding their time, waiting for the traveler to tire and become incapable of moving. Yes, that's it, Cacturn. They're stalking me. I bet they've been stalking me since I stepped foot in this desert. I have to get them off my trail. Go Numel, I shrieked at the top of my lungs. However, the moment the Pokeball opens, Numel pops out laying exhausted on the ground. I sigh and return it to its Pokeball. I have to get rid of them some other way. I begin walking as fast as I can in the opposite direction I think they are. Once I get so filled with rage by one's eyes, I jump on it and begin repeatedly punching it. I don't care about the needles, I just punch it. It wasn't until my hands were a big bloody mess that I even realized it was just a normal cactus. My hands hurt like crazy now. I snap out of my hysteria long enough to make the decision to continue trying to get out of the desert. I need water. I need food. I need sleep. I need to get out of the desert. My legs can't carry me much farther. I feel the cacti stare once again. They want me to sleep, but I won't. I won't give them what they want. I have to keep moving. I have to get out of the desert. I can almost swear that they are following me now, not just watching me. I will not pass out. I will keep moving. I will not let them beat me. One tries to grab me, but I take a swing at it. I try my hardest to get away from them. I continue hiking and they continue watching, following, craving my flesh. No, I will prevail. I will not die in this godforsaken desert, but I can't take another step. I can't go any farther. I gasp as I fall to my knees, and from my knees to my stomach. Now I have to get up, but I can't. I feel them coming closer. They're surrounding me. All I can do is lay here as one reaches down to grab my neck. Everything is fading. I can't stay awake. Can't stay away. My eyes close, and all I can see is darkness. That was the desert. Final thoughts? Pretty good. The first thing I need to point out, though, is that there were some pretty noticeable typos in this story, like wasting being spelt like the part of the body, and most noticeably by far, Cacturn's name being spelled wrong every time it was in the story. Usually the reviewers on the forum are pretty good about catching typos like that, but I'm guessing this is a side effect of the massive decline we've had in reviewers on the forum. If anyone listening would like to read the stories early and help peer review them, feel free to check out the link to the Creepypasta section of the forum in the description. We could really use some more reviewers. Onto the story itself, I think it was pretty good. It was paced well, it didn't waste any time, it stayed focused, it made sense within the Pokemon universe, and it was based on a pretty creepy idea. It's also refreshing to see a new Pokemon used, especially one that isn't a ghost type. I like it. That's it for this creepypasta. Tune in again next Saturday when we tackle yet another story made and sent by the fans with The Experiment. If you want to write your own story, help peer edit a story, or even just read the stories early, check out the description where you'll find a link to the Creepypasta section of my forum. You'll also find the playlist of every creepypasta reading I've done. If you're interested in keeping up with me on my blog posts, join the Facebook fan page linked below, and if you want to support me in what I do, check out the Patreon page in the description. Remember that if you want your story to be read on the show, you must stay active on your post on the forum, as the Royals read the forum rules. Thank you all for watching, and until next time, sweet dreams.